Okay, so we are going to have a series of masterclasses, and we're going to kick off with the very first one that we have today. So we have our very first masterclass, and we're going to be speaking about tapping into the shea butter business. Tapping into the shea butter business. And our speaker today is the VP National Shea Producers Association of Nigeria, Bola Sagoe. She's the CEO of Shea Origin. Please, let's put our hands together for her as she comes on the stage. She's been flying since Thursday, and she made our time to be with us to share her experience. Please sit down. Thank you very much. I'm going to run you through a quick profile so you have a fair knowledge of who our speaker is. Mrs. Bola Sagoe is the CEO of Shea Origin Nigeria, a company that produces skincare products from authentic, locally sourced shea butter and exports to the United Kingdom and the United States. She has 28 years experience. She's a professional esthetician, that's a skincare therapist, and she's not only developed and manufactured organic skincare products to give and maintain smooth, healthy, supple, and a very bright skin, but also to treat the problem skin with her products. The Flawless Skincare range and the Shea Butter Origin range, which I believe she'll be speaking about today. Mrs. Bola Sagoe, she studied beauty therapy at the Pivot Point Beauty School in Chicago, United States. And when she graduated, she relocated to the United Kingdom, where she started her first beauty business, La Feminique, and that was in 1988. We're not talking about a small meat here, right? She was convinced that it was a niche market she could also delve into, so she went for further training in beauty techniques and eventually returning home to establish her firm. She has been at the cutting edge of professional skincare and the manufacturing of organic skincare products based on shea butter ingredients. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together for the delectable Bola Sagoe. Welcome, ma'am. This is your mic.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Awesome. So we're talking about tapping into the shea butter business. So I want you to just take us through the journey into the shea business.
Okay, first of all, I'll say to you that when we talk about shea butter, a lot of people think, okay, it's just a butter that comes from
a tree.
A tree. And well, if you really think about it, if it comes from a tree, then it must be a plant, or it must be some form of agricultural product, or produce. I'm going to show you something today that probably maybe 90% of the people sitting here have never seen before. Okay, most times we think of shea butter in a different way, and I know a lot of people in Lagos have never really seen the shea nuts before.
No.
So today we're going to give you a presentation that would educate you when it comes to shea, because you see, if you're using the product, you need to know what it's all about, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
Can one of you just give me an example of what your product is all about, in the sense that as you use shea butter, do you use 5%, 10%, or maybe like 80% in your product? Can one person just tell me?
So my line is a natural hair care line. So we have different products from shampoos to conditioners. But the one that has the most would be our hair grow butter. So that one has about 80% of shea butter, and then essential oils and carrier oils in it.
Okay. And the response from people who have used your products, what would you say the response has been so far?
Amazing.
Great.
From moisturizing to softening to even bald scalp. So people that have bald scalp realize that when they use the butter to massage regularly, it has effect.
Okay. When you're able to get full knowledge of what shea butter can do for your hair, your skin, in short, for a lot of things, even for your daily food, such as things you use for frying, the oil you use for frying your general basic foods, even dodo. Let's go that far. For cooking a foriro. Shea butter can be used for that. So shea butter is in and out, as in you can take it in to your system and you can also apply it on your body physically. I believe a lot of us know shea butter as a skincare product or a skincare-based product, raw materials. But truly, shea butter has gone further than that. Or should I say, a lot of people now know that shea butter can do more than just be used in skincare products, but can also be edible. They use it for chocolate. It's supposed to be an equivalent of cocoa. We all know cocoa got so expensive recently. So in Japan and all those foreign countries, shea butter is being exported just so that they can use it as an equivalent for chocolate or dairy fruit. I would say to you today that Nigeria is not even in the map, of the people or the countries who are exporting shea butter. Ghana has been number one for a very long time. But guess what? We're taking over. The yes is not good enough. We're taking over. And I'll tell you the reason why. For years, Ghana, they've gone through training. Body Shop was able to support them because they were willing. We tend to be laid back with a lot of natural things that God has given us. And shea butter is one of them. We've had it for years. We never really made use of it. We just left it to the local people, saying, Shebo rimbe yeni. I don't know if you all understand Yoruba. Orimbe yeni ti dowo nla o. When I talk to village women about shea butter, or when we're about to have a meeting, and we start our meeting, we say, when I say, Ojulowo ori, can anybody tell me what that means? If you're a Yoruba woman, you should know. I learned it in Oyo State too, but it's okay. So that's money. That's, it's a product that you can make money from, real money. And if we're all here today to learn about shea butter, I believe we're here to also learn on how to make money from using shea butter, processing it, and whatnot, whatever, from top to bottom, from the shea nuts to the shea butter to the finished product. God is so awesome. It's so awesome in the sense, I must tell you, in this shea butter thing also. Is anybody aware of how shea butter grows and how long it takes to fruit? Please tell me.
Hello, ladies. The shea butter, I cannot give how long it's go, but because I know the trees, I know how it looks, and I know the fruits. Even before you pull the seed, we used to eat the
That's
fruit.
Right.
And the shea butter, we use it for many things, especially for food. Especially because I'm from Maiduguri, we use it for yakua, which is very tasty. So I know the plant very much.
Okay, I know that shea nut doesn't, you cannot plant it by yourself. It grows by itself in the wild, and then it takes about 10 years before you can get...
Many years?
10. Before you can get the nut, before you can get the fruits from it.
Okay. Can I just correct something very quickly, just so that we have full knowledge of this? It actually takes 28 to 30 years for it to fruit.
28 to 30?
30 years.
Wow.
So, if God has put all of that out there for us, and it takes so long for it to fruit, do we want to destroy it?
Of course not.
But a lot of people are doing that. They're cutting down the trees because they're fantastic firewood and good for charcoal. So, but guess what? We found a solution.
Okay.
In the association and also the Global Shea Alliance, which is our global body for shea for the whole of Africa and sponsored by USAID, they've come up with some form of domestication of the shea tree. Even though God just gave it to us like that in the wild, like I said earlier, anything God gives to you, you must enhance it. And this is more or less the same thing that is going on.
In Nigeria, where are the centers that you can find the shea trees?
Yes,
majorly?
We have the shea trees. Shea trees, they grow in particular areas. They're in 21 states, mostly in the northern area. And then in the southwest, we only have in Oyo and Kwara. But guess what? Because of this domestication, we've gone further to research it that we can actually grow shea trees anywhere in Nigeria.
Wow.
Because of the domestication. Even though it's going to take a little bit of time. And the reason why it will take a bit of time is money. This same money. We need it to get the seedlings and be able to put all of these things, form the plantation, and put things in place properly. Well, it will take time, but we'll get there. Do you want to write this down if you're really keen on knowing? It is very important that you have all these specifications down. If you want to export shea butter, for instance, if you don't have these specs for your shea butter, it's not going anywhere. Even if it gets to the US, for instance, it will be sent back or it will be destroyed right there, and that's money. Because it's not cheap to send it abroad. And if you have a grade A butter, everybody in the world who needs shea butter will be looking for you. So you're better off going through the right process to process the shea properly, the shea nuts properly, to get very good quality butter.
I would like to cut in here real quick. Because a lot of people are, like you said, you have noticed that a lot of people are doing businesses with shea. I have up to 5 different brands of products that use shea. Now, how would you know original? I have been to the market before shea butter became really popular. You get to some places and they'll tell you it's not original shea butter. This one, I will bring the original one. How can you tell original shea?
Okay. For us, what we do, first of all, the look of the butter. You know, sometimes you see the kind of dirty white one, off-white.
Off-white.
That's a no-no. Then you see the extremely yellow one. That's a colored butter. It's not 100% shea butter.
Okay.
It's been colored with palm oil or whatever they've put in it. Then you see the pure white. The pure white is the species of that particular nut.
Okay.
Okay, and that comes from certain areas. The pure white is fantastic for cosmetics. For those of you who mix in your shea butter without all the essential oils, but something like yours, like coconut oil. So it's looking pure as the cosmetic product. You can also use the yellow one. There's the creamish one. The creamish one too is very good. But the best way to look at it and to be sure it's the pure one without having to go to the lab, you melt it down, and whatever residue, if you find any residue underneath, then you know definitely is impure. I mean, there's impurities in it, and the impurities let you know for sure that it's not very pure, it's not clean enough to be used on the skin or even to be used or to be taken into the system. This specification will tell you what you need to know. If you were to take it to the lab, if you get this, then you're on the right path. The specification that you wrote down earlier, in there you see the level of moisture that you need to have the right nuts and to get better butter out of your shea nuts. Storage is key. A lot of times you see people storing shea nuts in just directly on the floor, and also in those nylon bags, the rice sack.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
You know. So if you store your shea nuts in such bags, it'll either begin to grow again. I'm sure you've seen yam, when yam starts to grow again. It's the same thing that will happen to the shea nuts. And when it starts to grow like that, which means it's bad shea nuts. If you use it for your butter, you definitely will not get very good butter. So the next one. So sorry, before I go on, please go back to that. Before you lay your jute bags of shea butter, shea nuts on the floor, you must have a pallet. It's the pallet that will secure your shea nuts or will keep it, nice and clean without affecting the ground. Because you see, like I said, it's all natural. So you want a situation where nothing is going to affect the shea nuts. If you have good quality shea nuts, you have good quality butter. In placing it on the floor, anything can get into it. So it's just securing the shea nuts. This is the best practice for storing your shea nuts. Next one, please. Next, please. Okay, these are the women basically washing the shea nuts It's important that you do that. They're sorting it out. This is our center, by the way.
Is that the machine?
This is our center in Shaki. Yes, this is the machine for crushing. The good thing about this roaster is not like the other one we saw earlier. You can actually use charcoal for this roaster. It's built in, so the smoke will not affect the shea nuts. Let's go to the next slide, please. This is the same thing. The shea nuts is being crushed by one of our workers. And if you notice in the center, I'm sure you saw the posters earlier. Okay,
yes,
it's right there. All over the place, we have the posters just to continue to remind the women that you must follow this procedure for you to get good quality shea butter. And the best thing to do if you decide to set up a center is, first of all, take them through practical training. After that, they must have pictures to follow, because villagers are not like people in the city like us who would, remember things so very quickly. So they need to just see. Their own is seeing is believing. Seeing is understanding.
Yeah.
And knowledge is light in that way.
Now, how can, maybe people here, how can they get into the business of, shea butter and make money from it?
Okay, I'll say first of all, you have to think about it. Because shea butter, from processing to selling the final product and selling your product out there, you don't have to be the one processing. You do not have to be the one buying the shea nuts and all of that. But guess what? You can decide, I'm going to be an exporter of shea nuts by just focusing on export, getting to the port, making sure that whoever wants to sell their shea nuts or sell their shea butter abroad, I will be the contact person.
Okay.
That's one business on its own. You can decide, I'm only going to be supplying anybody producing finished products. I'm going to be supplying their containers, their packaging. That's another business. You notice that I didn't start from, you process the shea butter and then you put your shea butter into this. No, because a lot of us tend to think going into shea butter business means that I must process shea nuts into butter and then I must use shea butter in my products. You don't have to produce your own products, by the way, but you can make money from shea butter. So you can decide also to be not a local exporter. I don't know what you call it. Just basically trucking, just providing trucks to do the logistics and all of that.
In terms of moving it from place to place.
Yes, from village to village to Lagos, whatever. You can provide the logistics for that. And then warehousing. We have issues with warehousing, especially in most of these local villages. You can build warehouses in different
storage
villages.
For them.
And then that brings storage, good storage. Not just an open shed where you just store things and before you know it, all the local, So we need that. We also need people to come together and say, we're going to be training the women. We can go through USAID and USA can sponsor us and train these women. In the process, you will be a consultant for USAID or any of the organizations who are willing to help. You can be a consultant for them if you know that training is key for you. You can be a consultant and come into that space. I'm going to like to pass this round so that you can all have a look.
Mrs. Mobola, statistically, how would you say the shea business is thriving? Is there a boom in it? Is it big? Is it, is it really huge? Like, how food is a big business. How is it like with shea?
When you said huge, I think it's an understatement with what's going on now.
Magnanimous.
Yes, really. A lot of people are into it. Not only in Nigeria, by the way.
Yes.
The whole of Africa and abroad.
Okay, I have time for 2 questions to wrap this up. I want to give them one question. 1. Okay, please, let me just give the audience 2. Okay, so yay. 2 questions from the audience.
My question is, actually, I don't know much about the shea butter business, but I actually have a friend that is from Shaki, and she told me I should actually go into it. But now that you have actually mentioned it, if someone is interested in supplying to companies that use it for their products, how do one actually go to that, or do I actually need to join your association, or what? How can you actually guide me?
Okay. You can contact us by email, place your order, and let us know who you are and your company and what you intend to do with the butter, so we'll know the kind of butter you need to supply.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, in the process of shortening the germination span from 30 to about 5 years, since the process is natural, so the process of shortening, does it involve chemicals and stuff, or is it done organically?
It's organically. It's not. We don't use chemicals at all for shea.
Good afternoon, House.
Good afternoon.
Please, I'm interested in exporting. I was at the conference at Abuja, and I'm so impressed. I'll be willing to see. When I saw you, I was so excited. So please, can you enlighten us how we can do exports? Okay. That's my own area of specialization. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. There's a procedure which I'll talk to you about because we are running out of time. So if you can see after the program, I'll put you through. Not a problem. Thank you.
Lovely. Please, let's put our hands together for Mrs. Bola Sagoe for taking out time to share with us. Can we say that this was very enlightening and impactful? Is there a yes for that? Let's say the yes so that those people over there will be jealous. Was it impactful? Yes. Amazing. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I learned a lot, and I wish you all the best with the association. If you want to join, she's going to tell you all the processes and everything that you need to know. Thank you very much, ma'am. Have a lovely... Do you have any last words before you go?
Please, ladies, if you're interested in joining the new association coming up just for women this time, it's called SWAN. Okay, it's the Shea Women Association of Nigeria. They're meant to be having a meeting on I think it's on the 28th of July. But if you're interested, can you please come to the Shea Origin desk, register, or just put your name down, name and phone number, and someone will contact you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Once again, let's put our hands together as she takes her leave of the stage. Thank you very much, ma'am. Very awesome. Thank you.